Real motion getter. Stay in motion. Gonna keep that motion. We gonna stay on top. $1 million nigga. $1 billion nigga. This is not no cap talk.
Motion Mondays with Dreamwise. What's the word, family? What's the deal? Yes, we are here. Motion Mondays is where I go down my Instagram feed and we dive deep into the fold of spiritual light, spiritual information, spiritual gnosis. And gnosis is just the knowledge of self or the no self. And this no self is you getting out of your own way, getting out of the human and becoming God or a goddess. So I'm excited about this day. Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo, 5-5, baby. It go down. You know, that's a portal. That's a gateway. 5-5, right? And you know, the Spanish people, they know all about it. You feel me? Shit, I was happy the other day. I was going to Home Depot to grab some stuff. I was just happy to see them boys out there still. You feel me? I pulled up. I was like, damn, I was driving thinking about them, thinking about the Spanish people. I'm like, damn, I hope there's some of them boys out here still, because sometimes my yard be getting the best of me. Sure enough, it was about a good 7 or 8 of them, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that deep 22, 25 of them, but it's good 7 or 8. I was like, all right, go down. And I seen 3, I don't know if these is Haitians or Africans, or whatever, you know, whatever, out there too. They was trying to get it. So hopefully Trump ain't cleaning everybody up. But you know how it go down. What I did want to talk about is something that Spirit gave me last night, actually, which I was just in a deep research of it. I went to ChatGPT and I put in my birthday, and I want y'all to do this too. I put in my birthday. I said, tell me the song that came out exactly on my birthday, August 23rd, 1985. Tell me the song. So tell me a song. Now some of it was tricky. Mine just happened to happen where this song literally came out on my birthday. But you might have to say, tell me a song that came out the week of my birthday, blah, 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 1978 or whatever, you know, whenever you was born. And I found mine, and I was just going down a rabbit hole saying, all right, well, Spirit, let me see the symbols of this. And sure enough, Spirit came through, baby. Now, my song was kind of interesting. It was some song called Striper. Let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen. Striper. Soldiers Under Command, official music video. Now I was doing some research on them, and this is kind of like some kind of Christian metal rock. So you knew, I was like, oh well, fuck, that's different, because when the hell did you hear a Christian metal rock? But it's weird because they're Christian metal rock, but they have, like, you know, spiritual signs in the video. It was absolutely interesting to me. Like, even what does it say? I don't want to play the video. We are fighting the good fight. The good book says we'll win. So it's a Christian metal rock group. And one of the interesting things I've seen in this Christian metal, the song is absolutely garbage. But one of the interesting things I've seen was, let me see if I can find it. I don't even want to play the song, it's so bad. But it sounds like something I would come through. You feel me? Just how, there it goes, 666. Oh, they crossed it out. But still, just even putting it in the video, I was like, all right, bet, baby, it go down. Chaos in the blood, baby. So what I want y'all to do, the same thing. Just, hey, Spirit didn't hit me with it. Y'all do the same thing. Look, go to ChatGPT or what's the new, or whatever these GPTs are. Put in your birthday and tell me what song came out this day or this week and see what song or resonates with you the most. You feel me? And then see if you can find some symbols in it, because it might be something that you can birth anew to. Let's get it on, baby. Emotion Monday. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Hey, it's your birthday today. Hey, shout out to Ultra Instinct. That's fly. Ashe, 5-5. That's big. That's huge. Shit. You need to have everything with the 5-5 or like the 10 and the zeros and ones. You feel me? Remember, the 0 and the 1 are the same thing. Just like how Phil Valentine said, the 0 stretches out to become a 1. So that's a big deal, as in us understanding out of chaos comes order, right? Out of darkness comes light. It's the reflection or the yin and yang, or the same side, same coin, two sides. So 0 and 1 are the same. So you need the chaos in order to have the light. So I tell people all the time, like, if I didn't do drugs, I wouldn't be here today. So I had to have that dark, what you quote, dark times, if you will, to become who I am today, to have my hero journey and to climb out of that situationship that I was in. So that's very, very important. You know what I want to talk about before we start this Instagram thing? Because I just seen it, that eye for an eye dude. Let me show y'all. I just posted it on my Facebook. Hold on. Let me go to my Facebook and show y'all what I seen. I don't know what black people seen. I seen black people kumbaya and shit. I seen something completely different, nigga. Straight up and down. Hold on. Now look. Yeah. To me, I like nigga. So, okay. So the story goes like this. The dude's son got killed. Now, I read a few different reports. I read that his son was in a stolen car and something happened. The cop shot him. White cop. You know how the story goes. White cop, black son, black dad, right? So then the next day, so the dude's son gets killed, right? The next day, the black dad runs over a random sheriff or some shit like that. Supposedly it was a retired sheriff. Chaos so you read the comments, it's like, hey, eye for an eye, blah blah blah, all that shit. But to me, I was sitting there like, oh, this nigga fucked up, nigga. God bless. Cause see, y'all seeing this nigga. Watch how this nigga walking. Hold on. Y'all see. I said to myself, I said, Oh, that nigga about to get his ass raped in that bitch. God damn. He say, what? See, this is why you gotta control your emotions and do your chakra work. Emotionally intelligent people would have said, oh, okay, bet he should have devised a 3-year plan on the person that killed his son. At least 3 years or 5 to capture that nigga, or we don't want to harm children, but let's just be whatever, right? hey, hey, when your son died, your mind start going different places. Capture that the cop, put him in the shed and build a shed, a nice, beautiful shed, right? Capture him, boom, and then imprison him and torture the fuck out that nigga. Y'all seen the movie? What movie was that? Y'all put the movie in the chat. So I was sitting there like, nah, that's not the play, nigga. That's not the play. Especially if you're going to stay in the physical. You don't want to just be getting tortured. First, they're going to put your ass in the dark room. Use 23 and a half hours in dark. The whole time. They might just keep you in that bitch. Don't feed you. Not hearing you cry. A day of that is torture. So you're going to have your mind strong. So then they're going to put you in that bitch for at least a month, 2 months. Then they're going to bring that big white Aryan nigga in there. 3 of them. The white Aryans, because we know we the real Aryans or whatever. 3 of them. And they going to tax that ass for a fact, nigga. Y'all know it's gonna happen. I'm like, damn, I see shit. What? You don't have no more power. You feel me? So to me, I don't know what black people celebrating or whatever the fuck. That nigga about to get his shit tore the fuck up, nigga. Straight up and down. Especially if they feel like, because that shit is basically like a cult, them police. You feel me? And you kill a retired sheriff, one of their white, kind of KKK type of group thing, right? They go to bars together. They got family. The sheriff that he probably killed got a son crying to his uncle who was also a cop. Nigga, your ass is grass. I had a homeboy, his sister was a cop. She used to get that nigga off of a whole bunch of shit just because she was connected. Feel me? Hey, I'm just saying, boys gonna have to recognize strategic moves. Okay, they got your son. Cool. You don't do no move like that, get emotional, and run over the first random sheriff you see. Nah, this is a 3 to 5 year plan, my nigga, at least. And then you want to figure out how to pull it off. You feel me? Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. That shit was crazy to me. I'm seeing the comments, all them black people said, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we ain't backing down from nothing. Shit, niggas about to back that ass up. Speaking of back that ass up, we went to that Mike Epps concert. Mike Epps this Friday. Fly. Mike Epps, Bubba Dub, Mojo Brooks, Little Duval, Tony, what's his name? The funny dude, Tony something. Oh no, I mean Robert. I can't remember his name. Damn, and that's my guy too. That's fucked up. Tony Roberts and Carlos Miller. Absolutely classic. They did a great job. Everybody did like 20 minutes. But one of the things D-Ray and the people I was with noticed was like they was all talking about eating ass and not eating the girl's ass. They was talking about somebody eating their ass. 3 of them comedians. So we was tripping in the Patreon yesterday talking about that shit. I was like, oh shit. I don't know what this new level of gas is and sexuality is, but I'll pass. Them niggas was confident of saying that shit. They did a great job, don't get me wrong, and I know that shit might come off funny. I'm like, damn, what? Boys out here tooting it up, bending over and getting they shit. 8, I'm like, oh, this is a new world I'm living in. I said, oh, okay, we done entered a new dimension. Because I didn't know that's how things got down. Let me stop playing with y'all, man. All right, let's get it on. Instagram. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. So, yeah, y'all know every Monday, I'm sharing my feed, and we're going down the feed to dive deep into the fold of spiritual concepts and light. Let's hear as you are. Let's see what they talk about.
Discipline is the master key to riches. The willingness to do what you know you should do, when you should do it, whether you like it or not, is the critical key to your success. You have to ask yourself quite honestly, in terms of the wonderful life that you are capable of enjoying, in terms of all the things that you want, is this moving you toward it or is it moving you away from it? Because the truth of the matter is that everything that does not move you towards your goal moves you away from your goal. That nothing is neutral, that everything counts, that the sands of time are running, the clock, the meter is going right now. Remember, this life is not a rehearsal for anything else. This is the real one. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you serious about being and having and doing everything that's possible for you? Discipline.
So if y'all don't know, the zodiacs are just energetic cord for you to discipline a certain aspect of you down here on this earth realm. So that's the 12 disciples. Disciples is just the disciplined nature of your human. So for instance, if you're an earth sign, like the Virgos and all of them earth signs, zodiac signs, then you came down here to essentially discipline the aspect of you be in the physical that you have to really look at and gravitate towards, right? Now, you're all the signs. You're all 12 of the signs. Let's not fool ourselves, right? Because it's all one, right? And you're the middle point as the Christ consciousness one, the 13, or the Jesus, or just Christ consciousness, right? And essentially, what you want to be able to do is discipline aspects of yourself to turn into another level of genius or another level of God. So, and then it's literally telling you what to discipline. Spirit literally talks to you every day, and you know you can hear it. You just turn that shit, you just try to suppress that voice and shit. But Spirit is literally saying every day, nigga, you need to put down that weed. Nah, this ain't the time for you to jack off. No, you can hear that shit. You like, but you try to run away from it because your ego is louder. Your ego is like, damn, I can't wait to eat this chocolate cake. Fuck it, I gotta eat this chocolate cake. But Spirit said, like, nigga, you know that shit ain't gonna be good for you. It's 10 o'clock at night, nigga. Take your ass to bed. Drink some water. Your ass still. Ego just louder. So this ego-driven thought is the human, and the human is trying to keep you safe, secure, and, in this realm of the world. But you got to feel a little pain to get to another level of light. Out of darkness comes light. So you got to go through, so even on the subtle level, it'll be subtle things, small little things. The darkness is not a bad thing. It's a disciplined act and venture. So that darkness is just the stuff that's hidden. So even in the Sinners movie, remember in Sammy, right? He went to play his guitar. This is what he wanted to do to express himself creatively, playing his guitar at night. And as he's playing his guitar at night, you know, he's feeling a euphoric feeling. Even got to eat some pussy. You feel me? So he's feeling this euphoria of, wow, this is amazing. This is powerful. I want to feel this all the time. You feel me? So then what did he have to do? He had to overcome the vampires, right? Or the vampiric energy, which was essentially the Christian church, which is that was holding him locked into the dogma religion aspect. So when he put two and two together, these vampires are just a correlation of my old man in the church house that I'm stuck in this slave plantation kind of mindset thing. So I have to go out and see who I can be destined to be to take myself to another level. So that darkness is important, and I'm gonna do something in the Patreon very soon, maybe in June. I'm gonna do a dream build where we dive deep into the fold of just dream techniques, dream study, dream practices, because essentially I'm just noticing like people are getting out of their dreams and they're not dreaming at all. And right now is very, very important. I was sun gazing this rising. Right now is very, very, very important to find a space to practice some of these techniques, like the sun gazing, like just being out in the sun. You feel me? Because that's going to secrete some melatonin as well. Like taking certain herbs, things to really make that DMT flood from your pineal gland, and let the melanin flood so you can fall asleep deeply, and then you can fall into that theta state, damn near delta state, and then you can finally see what you've been running from. So out of darkness comes light, and that's a very important aspect of us all to understand. What's up, y'all? I see y'all in here. It go down. Go down. My photos are like 15. What you talking about? C Diggs, what happened? Oh, okay. Okay, shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. All right, let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling.
But if you want to see if you're a brave person, what they call the 4 o'clock in the morning courage, wait when things go completely to pieces, when things are the worst, when your very best deal falls apart and your rent is late and you're tired and you're sick and everybody is mad at you and your car doesn't work. Then it's the person that picks themselves up and says nothing is going to stop you. You know, the best quality in the world that you can develop the quality of being unstoppable. Say in yourself that no matter what life throws at me, it'll never stop me. No matter how rough it gets, I will never quit, and nothing will ever stop me. Make the decision that you can be tired, you can be worn out, but nothing is ever going to stop you. But if you want to see if you're a brave...
Right, we're talking about Heru right there, right? Courage, Heru. And the aspect of Heru is understanding that nothing is good or bad, right or wrong. Everything is just happening for your greater good. So when you're tapped into that Heru consciousness, essentially you're in a space of God, in a space of love for yourself, right? No matter what the ordeal might be, you're in a space of loving yourself, which is then understanding that these situationships that do happen is part of the game for you to grow into another level of genius and God, or to protect you. So for instance, if your tires go flat, right, and you got to get new tires, and you're like, fuck, I didn't want to spend this money on new tires. But essentially your tires went flat because your tires went flat because you got a 17-year-old son that was going to drive your car that same night, right, and go out, and he probably would have gotten a wreck in transition. So you know what I'm saying? The spirit, your higher self, your ancestors in them is protecting you through this walk of life. So even in the things that might seem strange and like, oh, woe is me, here it go again, my garage went out or whatever, right? Or my microwave then messed up, right? It's not what you're seeing in that particular time. Spirit might say, oh, okay, you was going to take that money to buy something else that wasn't going to serve you. You was going to take that money to go out, but now I need you to sit your ass at home right now. So use this money on a new microwave or whatever, right? Just it'll be small stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. And you wasn't supposed to go out because they was going to shoot that bitch up. And you don't got time. We got bigger fish to fry. So understand, hey, Ru is an aspect of you understanding that the journey might have pitfalls and things that might feel uncomfortable in the moment. But if you keep on moving through that bitch, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to just start to see, it's going to start to fall to the wayside with you. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be like, oh, okay, well, this is just part of the game. You know, life has attacks and things happen in random situations, but it's how you react to the tax that's going to show if you're hey Ru or not. Straight up and down, baby. Straight up and down. What y'all talking about? Let's see. Greetings, wishing everybody a high vibrational, prosperous week. I say the great leader. I love that. Peace. What's up, Sleuth Pro? Dreamwise, what do you think about narrative from the anime Blue Lock? It emphasizes needing the ego to be a high performer, maximizing the ego to succeed, almost to a point of self-deification. Yeah, you need your ego down here on the earth realm because you wouldn't be able to understand who you are. You feel me? So putting on your clothes is an egoic act, right? You want to look nice, right? You want to protect yourself and protect your human at any way possible. You feel me? This ain't no goddamn you know what I'm saying? No space where you're not having a human experience. You came down here to enjoy and bask in this human experience, right? So understanding that that's part of the game as well. You know what I'm saying? You just got to understand when spirit is speaking to you and when your ego is trying to keep you in a stuck, stagnant space. So an egoic effort could also be, you know what I'm saying, you looking at yourself every day and saying to yourself, like, or looking at yourself every day and putting on the flyest shit. I gotta get these Kohans or whatever. I gotta get this fly outfit. You feel me? And be in the space of, because that's part of my identity down here, right? If I start dressing out of character, then I might feel less of myself. And we ain't trying to feel less of ourselves. We're trying to be as powerful and as courageous as we can. Hell, Panic did a science on this before too. He had all them shoes and shit. That was part of him feeding his ego or feeding the baby his bottle so he can get over that shit. You feel me? Not really necessarily like a thing of like gluttonous, but like, damn, I gotta feel this aspect of me that I probably missed out on. And then as I'm feeling that, okay, now let me roll and play my game down here for real. All right, let's keep it rolling real quick. Let's keep it rolling. Shout out to the family. Peace to the gods. It go down.
The process of shifting, the process of ascending from one dimension or one reality to another is the process of realizing that you actually are the reality you previously thought you existed in. I'll say it again. The whole concept of ascending, the whole concept of moving from one reality level, one dimension, one density to another is the result of realizing that you actually are the reality itself that you previously thought you existed in. So what we are saying is, you don't exist in physical reality, you are physical reality. It is you. It's just an extension of your consciousness. It's just an experience in your consciousness. When you recognize fully that there is no physical reality except for your experience of it, and that that's what reality is, that is what allows you to experience an expansion of your idea of reality as you experience an expansion of your idea of yourself. And that's what allows you to have the experience you call ascension, or advancement, or growth, or expansion.
Okay, so you know, a lot of times we try to pull the move and say, yeah, my higher self, or like it's separated from us, but you are your higher self. There's no separation. It's just you're thinking from a higher level of thought. So you're God, and in essence, you have to claim that energy to understand that you're beyond any kind of human low vibrational, this is me as a human and this is me as a God. No, you are who you are. So the only game down here is consciousness. So the more consciousness you have, the higher your vibration is, the more aware you are, the more aware of how much you're one, and you are this thing they're calling God. You're just trying to get your voice louder, your higher voice louder than your egoic voice. So essentially, you want to do high vibrational things, meditate, sun gazing, the sleep, go taking yourself to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Doing high vibrational things to feed your being, to become more and more aware. You feel me? I was listening to that Shannon Sharp today. That shit, I said, this nigga here is, I said, wow, that's some funny ass shit. That boy, see, he put on a good show with the YouTube and shit. But when you look at it, you be like, damn, this nigga might have a problem for real with these white hoes and shit. Essentially, I'm looking at it like, oh, that is the Michelle. They said a girl named, or his ex named Michelle something came out and said he snatched her up, beat her up, choked her up. So this is another girl, apart from the other girl that was already putting that beating on him. So essentially what's going on with Shannon, if all of this is true, it might be alleged, whatever, is he has which doesn't, you know, you don't see, he doesn't see, but now that we look at it, hell yeah, that nigga got a problem. Shit. Because you got to think about the nature of even gossiping. Like this big brolicly ass 6'4" swole ass dude gossiping like he an old granny. So that gossiping energy is a low vibrational energy. So he's literally mirroring the effect of what he's doing in real life. That nigga gossip like an old grand lady, old grandma in this bitch. That boy, so then now he has, you know, and then you remember your grandma used to be mad than a motherfucker too. She used to gossip about people, and then she'll put that belt on your bitch ass. Yeah, you're not gonna report your grandma though, because you know you got. But that nigga got that nigga right there. That nigga got that big mama energy for real. Big mama will whoop your ass and tell you about the neighbors. So he just literally in the frequency of that human shit, that low vibrational human shit. And you know, and I don't know why he's doing it with these Caucasian ladies, but he's done fucked up. See, this is my thing. Shannon would be able to look and say, nah, I can't fuck with this chick. She kind of crazy. You feel me? But crazy likes crazy. So yeah, that's to y'all too. Y'all know the chicks you ain't supposed to be fucking with, or the guys you ain't supposed to be fucking with. You feel me? Y'all looking at them and y'all like, y'all in a relationship, y'all looking dead at them. Y'all just staring at this person, and you know this person will flip the script on your bitch ass. You can feel it. Sure enough, them two Caucasian, I mean, shit, if it's alleged, I hope they would have reported that nigga too. You feel me? So, hey. So all of that low vibrational earth shit is something that you got to deal with in the aspect of doing your work, your self-love work. Because essentially a self-love nigga is going to walk away. I don't need this. Gone. Because you have so much respect for yourself. You're not going to put yourself in a position to be with somebody that, you know what I'm saying, is not going to serve you the way they supposed to serve you. And even Caucasian, like, I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. They ain't, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Oh my God. Like, what? So they literally got to be in some kind of human egregor spirit with these snow bunnies. Absolutely insane, boy. All right, here we go. Let's keep it going.
Going to be afraid. Why not be afraid while you're doing what you love instead of sitting around not doing anything and being afraid? It's as simple as that. You might as well, if you're going to be afraid, be doing something you love to do while you're being afraid. And as soon as you actually start moving in the direction of what you love to do, you will find that you'll be less afraid. Very simple self-canceling mechanism.
Yeah, and if you find that you are experiencing fear, push through the fear. Even though it'll get louder and stronger, that only means it's reaching its breaking point, and eventually it will dissolve.
As we said, negative beliefs have to work very hard to get your attention, to turn your face away from the truth that you're absolutely worthy. So as soon as you start moving in the positive direction, they're going to start yelling as loud as they can. They're going to start banging on drums. They're going to have a 76-piece orchestra trying to get your attention so that you will come back in that direction. So the louder it gets, the stronger the fear feels, should tell you you're really close to crossing the threshold and letting it go, or it wouldn't have to work so hard to get your attention. You're going to be afraid.
That's fly. Shout out to Bashar. Yeah, you know, that when we're talking about the aspect of even just going through this world, right? That, again, that ego-driven thought is a motherfucker. And it is going to try to do whatever it can to survive. And that survival mode is just part of an entity that's attached to you that created this identity. And it's just trying to survive because this is all it's known. So this entity inside of you is trying to stay alive. And if you're suppressing it with positive, high vibrational stuff, because the entity itself is a low vibrational being and it's just used to low vibrational shit, then it's going to do whatever it can do to create this different energy inside of you to get your cells back into agreement. So that's why it is hard to climb out of them specific pitfalls, because if you don't have the strong mind, that's why you got to meditate every day. Because if you don't have the strong mind to override this specific energy of the low vibrational thought forms, which is an entity, then you're going to go back and succumb to that pressure. You could be right there at the goal and it's gonna just try to knock that shit out. It's gonna try to, hell no, we gotta stay, I gotta live. I gotta live. That's what that entity is saying in your being. So whenever you're in the space of growing and escalating, just know that the work is actually understanding when that low vibrational thoughts come in. And if you can really get real aware and clear of it and say, oh shit, that's not me. Okay, I hear you. It's the same thing with the movie Revolver. Remember, he had to slow it down in the elevator. He had to breathe, slow down them thoughts. And he said, I'm not you. Sure enough, he got to that end of the ground, right? To a new subconscious reality. And he walked out that elevator a new man. But the whole elevator ride, he fighting himself. He get your ass over here. Even when he thought he killed them all, he came back. That ego came back like, nigga, wow, getting punched. That's how it feels, family. I'm telling you. So then it's one of these things where you have to mind over matter and really put your mind first. Put your mind first, because that's the whole game down here is the mind, the end. And if you can put your mind first, then you can move into a space of God. But you have to do that. And I can't, I can tell you as much as I can tell you, but you're going to have to do that. You feel me? Y'all seen all that shit that happened to Yaki, huh? They took down his YouTube page and shit. So, yeah, and Yaki really don't need a YouTube page, but you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is happening to people. And Yaki's strong. He know what time it is. You feel me? He already in the vibration because his whole system is cleaned the fuck out. So he's strong. He know, oh, okay, this is just a pivot for me, right? Because all he has to do is just do these interviews and he can still get the information to the people and still live in his dharma. He don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes things will happen to people, but you're bigger than a YouTube page. You feel me? He just needs to keep on bringing forth the light and the information, like him and RZA. You feel me? They took down RZA's page because these boys are so radical and they got so high up to where the powers that be can see them, to where they was like, oh, shut that nigga down, shut that nigga down. So now, shit, Yaki just need to do these interviews, chill, he good, and shit. We know where you at, baby, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? It takes, and he's gonna be good, but like somebody else that lose their YouTube page, that shit might fuck them up and throw their whole game off and shit. But that's part of this thing, and we gotta walk this thing down regardless of how situations might play out. Just keep on walking this bitch down, because again, if you know that you're going to win, then shit, it don't matter. Niggas can't stop the God. You feel me? Straight up and down. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's see.
It's a dangerous thing to discover your purpose. Because when you discover your purpose, you're going to become an irritation to people.
Oh, sure. Just said that.
You are going to upset people. And also, when you discover your purpose, you are going to declare your independence. Because you are not going to allow other people to dictate to you and tell you what to do, because you've discovered now your purpose. It's a dangerous thing to discover your purpose.
Shout out to this old fella right here. Yeah, so when you walking in your dharma, nobody can stop you. You feel me? How the fuck they gonna stop Yaki? He already look, they can't even harm the guy because niggas, this information gonna go to the moon. You feel me? So then it's like, all right, what do? We try to suppress his voice. Nothing you can do to the God. He's already solidified. And then he made a whole bunch of younger Yakis too. So some of these younger kids is gonna pick up on that shit, and it's just gonna keep on going and going and going. We're the plague, we're venom. So the information is gonna get out regardless, and niggas just gonna have to, and they can't stop it. There's nothing they can do. The only thing they can try to do is put particular, like, distractory ideas out there with the music. Music is the biggest weapon they have, and and like agents, like different people that's agents that can infiltrate particular groups of people. You feel me? Because they want to keep melanated people inferior, because we're the real gods, and the real gods has to rise back to the occasion. So as long as they can try to suppress that energy of pressing us down, then essentially, you know what I'm saying, they can keep on doing what they do. But it's over. You feel me? And you can see it's over based off of, you see these young gods, right? Not these YNs, these YGs, these young gods doing their thing. So you see, Kai Cenats of the world and the speeds of the world, right? Not saying like what they're bringing to the fold is, and the Drewskis of the world and all of that. Not saying they're bringing like information or light or whatever to change people, but you can see that the following of people that they can garner specific attention, especially in the case of Speed's case. He's worldwide at fucking what, 20? Now he might just turn 20. That's a sign that we have to see as a symbolic message that the gods are rising back up. No matter how you trying to slice it, nigga, it don't matter what they bring into the fold. Just based off of you seeing people follow these young gods, that's a sign right there. You feel me? Nobody put them in place. They got on YouTube and started making videos and shit, and then they just took off from there. So they're not going to cut off YouTube. So there's going to be more and more of these young gods, and then you're going to see that spiritual young god that come through the fold, that brings that takes this shit to another level in a whole different way. All right, let's keep it rolling, baby. Let's see.
Your outer world is a mirror, and it simply reflects back to you what is going on in your inner world. That your outer world is the result of your inner world. That what is going on within determines what is going on without. And the more you go to work on the inside, which is the only part of your whole life that you can control, the more you go to work on the inside, the more rapidly your external world changes. The big mistake in life, and the reason why most people are unhappy, is why? It's because most people try to change the external world, which they cannot control, and they leave the internal world messy. It'd be the same as trying to make an automobile run better by washing the outside of it, polishing the outside of it, and changing the tires. No, you've got to go to work on the inside working. As you change your mind, as you change what is going on inside, you change what is going on outside. Your outer world.
So yeah, once you change your inner world, the bigger idea is that things won't bother you as much. So now, remember when your homegirl used to call you with that drama and trauma shit, and you used to be like, man, that's fucked up. I hate these bitches. Da, 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 da. You'll listen to that shit now and be like, oh yeah, oh okay. Hey, I gotta go though. Click. And there won't be no emotional attachment to you at all. You used to argue with your partner, and you couldn't wait to argue with that nigga. Right now, you're not even wasting your time with that nigga, because essentially your inner world changed and you got bigger fish to fry. So now all of a sudden you turned your inner world into a positive outlook for yourself, for self-love, and you move because you know you got something to handle down here in this earth realm. Your adventure is bigger than you arguing about LeBron and shit and the Rockets losing. Ha! Them damn Rockets. I was looking at that shit. I'm like, damn, my nigga, our man Thompson is the only one playing on this Rockets team. I'm sitting here, I'm like, God damn, my nigga is by himself. They got to get rid of Jalen Green. Fuck it. I was like, man, hold on, dog. This Jalen Green ain't doing nothing. That boy came on before the playoffs started. He said, I got rid of my girlfriend and I'm off of social media. I'm locked in. Well, shit, if that's you locked in, you need to get your girlfriend back and get back on social media, because you had a trash performance, boy. You might get traded for that shit. God damn. That nigga played horrible.
Keep on saying, thank you. Thank you, as though there is an invisible friend that is always taking care of you in ways that you don't see immediately, but is taking care of your life until it's time to leave this body, and even after that is taken care. But the more conscious you are, and this life is really offering that opportunity, I feel, for intelligent existence, that the more you are aware of this, and the more you take that step of faith to say, thank you, Father. Thank you, existence. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Self. Thank you, consciousness. Then gradually the separation that is in the mind of man between what we are and what the pure being, keep on saying, thank you.
Okay, gratitude showers is so important, family. Gratitude showers are so important. It's going to put you in a more high vibrational state. The more you get into your gratitude showers, your gratitude moments, or you take time to be thankful for where you're at right now and just be grateful for what you have right now, the more it's going to shift your vibration and then start to make you move in different ways to keep the high vibrational energy going. So then you might go through a gratitude shower and you get up, get out the shower, and then you start cleaning up. You open up your blinds. You take yourself into meditation. Say, let me sit myself down and get into my meditation for 10 minutes. You feel me? You put on your diffuser with your essential oils and light up the room. You put on some high vibrational music instead of low vibrational music that's not serving you. And you start just basking in the joy and the love that you have for self, and start breathing in that fresh air for self. You feel me? Let's see what Amma says. Amma said, right now is reminding me of 2013 when the Trayvon Mind trial was happening. I was pregnant 12 this time. I'll never forget the energy at the time. This feels similar. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities when 12 years ago. Okay. Not to mention, I've been feeling the energy of Marcus Garvey lately as well. Yeah, there's a lot of different energies. You know, that case happened with the what was that? The football player, the Carmelo Anthony and the other kid, Austin Metcalf shit, right? That Shannon Sharp. So, you know, it's this black-white thing, but that's, again, the ego. Remember, the ego is trying to fight to survive. So the powers that be is trying to fight to survive. The Yaki situation, all of that stuff is trying to fight to survive. But as we move into this new Aquarius age, essentially, we got to remove ourselves from that kind of spirit of separation from people, right? Like, it's a us versus them, and just be in the space of your own universe, because it's an unconditional love for yourself, because the heart chakra is opening up in the masses, essentially, and you'll be able to see it more and more. So it's a fight, even when you see these YNs doing some of the crash out things that they're doing. You got to look at that and be like, oh, this ego is trying to survive, because these YNs are crashing out. They doing some real off the chain shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, but the crazy thing is they all going to jail. So it's like clearing themselves out of the new society that's about to take fold. You feel me? Even with what's happening with Trump, that whole Trump thing is a big thing too as well. You got to have some rumbling, some kind of fight, some kind of chaos, right? Because chaos is just a potential energy to get back into order, to land the plane softly. Hell, I was going when I was going to Home Depot that same time I was telling y'all about. I was driving by through the Social Security office, and there was boys, white boys out there, old white dudes out there. I was telling my Patreon family this. Old white dudes out there and females, old white, all white, 200 white people with signs saying, ban Trump, something Trump. We don't like Trump. This, something, get our Social Security back. Some bullshit. I was sitting there like, oh shit, it's a new day. I said, usually you see black people with signs. These old white people about to die, and they got signs out there. They 80 years old. Canes and all with signs out there. I'm like, y'all about to leave. What y'all tripping on? Y'all need to get ready to go to that upper room and shit. They out there with signs, heavy. So that's the ego trying to survive and shit. You feel me? You can see it on the macrocosm to the microcosm level. You feel me? And that's just how this thing works, all in all. Again, I want to remind the people that just came in, everybody that just came in, put in ChatGPT your song. Put in ChatGPT your birthday. I want the family to do this because this is an important task. Put in ChatGPT your birthday and say, what song came out on on this day? So August 23rd, 1985, or whatever your birthday is, right? Boom. Put that in ChatGPT. What song came out? And if it doesn't pick a particular song, say what song came out during this week? August 5th, 1990, right? Whatever your birthday is. And essentially, you want to use that song, one of them songs, as a symbol. I did mine yesterday, and sure enough, I just showed y'all at the beginning of this video. And sure enough, symbols like a motherfucker for my ass. I was like, oh, it's going down. Because my song was called Striker or some shit like that. Striker. It was like this is the crazy thing. It was a Christian metal rock group. Ha! So you know I was all the way for that shit. And I was like, damn, this is two opposing fights, Christian and metal rock. And that shit sounded trash, my song. But it sounded like something I would come into, disruption. That shit sound crazy than a bitch. I said, damn, this shit loud. This is screechy. I said, I'll definitely come through the portal through that with that song. I said, sure enough, that's my song. So y'all put in ChatGPT, and then if y'all got time, put it in the comments. Let me see what song came up for y'all. You feel me? Because that's a real big deal that y'all want to go through. Symbol of what? Can you explain what it's a symbol for? It's a birthing. So your birthday is just an idea of birthing something new. So the symbol is just going to resonate with you. So you just got to understand the song for yourself. You feel me? So let's say you came out when Bob Marley made the three Little Birds song. Now you can actually use that Three Little Birds as a symbol, right? Three little birds as a symbol to birth something new in this world, or however your mind sees fit to explain why this song is a frequency in your life. Because it might give you clues about something that you didn't understand about yourself, and now you see that song and you like, oh, God is spirit, thank you. Remember, this ain't no common sense thing. This is chaos. We're beyond the logical, literal, analytical stuff, right? This ain't no Mark Lamont Hill. This is fucking dream wise. This is beyond the scope of thought. This is something that's strange and unusual. So it's not going to make sense to everybody. It's just going to make sense to you. And that's the only person that matters, because it's about you understanding why you came through that gateway in that particular song. You feel me? Don't worry, I'm gonna do it for movies too soon. Chat or shit. I know how Dream get. I'm definitely gonna do it for movies. All right, let's do one more. Let me do one
When
more.
a feeling comes up, like fear, own it, acknowledge it. All right, I'm afraid. I own it, because you cannot change what you do not own, right? All right, so acknowledge it. I'm afraid. Now, the question is, what would I have to believe is true about myself in the situation in order to feel fear? Then you can start investigating what the belief is that generated the fear. And when you find out what the belief is, you can change it to something that you would prefer. And when you do, you will change the energy of the emotion that results from it. So feeling the fear is an opportunity. Thank the fear. It's your friend. Fear goes knock, knock, knocking on your door saying, hey, you have a belief that's out of alignment with your preferred self, and I'm letting you know that. So you say, thank you, fear. Thank you so much. Now that you've put me in touch with that belief that I no longer prefer, I am now transforming my fear into the excitement of finding out what that belief is and changing it. So you use fear by acknowledging it, owning it, accepting it, and then transforming it into excitement by recognizing that fear is just a messenger to put you in touch with things that are out of alignment, that don't belong in you. And you can change them.
You use it. You use fear. Don't let fear use you. You use fear. Don't let fear use you. So you use it as a mechanism to signal to you a particular state of being that, or a particular person that you're supposed to be down here in this earth realm. So the more you can recognize that, oh, okay, wait a minute, I'm afraid of public speaking, right? Like, let's say it's coming up more and more in your life. You like, damn, I got to. Then maybe you got to step back and look at that and say, oh, okay, well, I want to be somebody that can articulate myself cleverly and easily with ease. So how do I address that issue? Okay, well, maybe I need to do some chakra work. Maybe I need to start singing out loud. I did a whole thing on sound yesterday with the Patreon family. Absolutely fire class we did. God bless. And how important that sound was for us to really tap into our voice, right? I'm going to post it after this, Patreon family. I forgot to post it last night because I had them painters over. That technique or that idea of sound and speaking with your voice is very, very important and prevalent to your being, because again, you're not only speaking clearly with ease, but you're speaking things into existence. And hey, y'all heard me, Patreon family, and that the louder you get, hey, just know it go down. All right, let's see what y'all got. Z said he got an Anita Baker song. What song? What song? Rubber Band Man by the Spinners. That's fly. Thing June 27, 19. B52 Cosmic Things was released. Oh, that's fly. You definitely got to look into that symbol for a fact, Jarbo. You got to and just feel it. You know, even if nothing comes to you at the moment, you just want to meditate on it and just see it. Like, even if you have to get the image of it and say, okay, let me feel out what this song means for the reason I birthed to something new. See, Cinco de Mayo is about birth. 5-5, that's a 10. That's the zeros and ones, right? Zeros and ones is creation. That's the binary code. 0, vagina. 1, penis. You're creating, you feel me? You're in creation mode today. So just by doing that ritual alone, now your mind can expand you to create or to pull something out or birth something new into this existence as you find new symbols in your walk of life. And the more and more we go into the realm of this world that we're in, the more this technology age is going to set in heavier and heavier, right? So then we want to be able to understand that ChatGPT, all of these little creating things that technology is providing, they're up for grabs into creating things in this world. I created a picture the other day. You feel me? So, you want to be able to tap in and really turn on through the technology magic as well. Words said Candle in the Wind by Elton John. That's fly. Hold Me Down. So, can't nobody hold me down, Puffy? Oh shit. Ha. Hey, I feel you, Johnny. That nigga Puffy's case started today. Oh, and I Believe I Can Fly. Damn, you in another kind of realm with that. Day, I don't know. JB, I don't know, baby. Ha. Why these niggas coming up? And that fuck that R. Kelly shit. That I Believe I Can Fly was my favorite song as a kid growing up. I listened to that all day, every day, all day on my Walkman, replaying it and shit, trying to fly up out the hood. You feel me? That's all I used to listen to. R. Kelly was singing to my ass, boy. Didn't know that nigga was, didn't know that nigga had a problem, but shit, he was singing. And then, and these, yeah, okay, they got problems, right? But we gotta, we gotta see, separate the music from the problem. I mean, it's shit. You put that, what if that was a channel music, right? For you, and now you ain't fucking with it because you ain't fucking with what he did. Remember the message, not the messenger. So fuck him, right? You just want to extract some wisdom from the message that he probably brought in a form of a symbol. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, the world, spirit might even see if you can be able to withstand that level of genius by separating the two and just say, oh, okay, this means this for me. And that's really the real game. You feel me? Y'all are some young kids, 97. God damn. Not Like Us came out on my birthday. What? That John Jack said he was born yesterday. God damn. Tupac hit him up. You already know what that means, Made by Chakras. That is absolutely something you got to tap into for sure. CZ, Just Because. That's fly. You feel me? So remember, all of this stuff is going to have to look at, you're going to have to look at it and say, okay, either the title, the music video, the artist, so, a symbol, like I just showed y'all, the symbol in my video, right? That's 666. I was like, oh, there you go. That makes sense. It makes sense. I said, oh, that's me. Yes, sir. You feel me? Something is gonna say, oh, I did that. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, this is why my life is carrying out this way, right? And it might jumpstart you into move into another avenue of God. Nice 93 baby here. Y'all 90s babies is something else. You're All I Need by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. That's fly. And then just even think about the aspect of extracting what the song was actually speaking of. It could be a love song, a deep love song. You feel me? So that means you might want to look into some kind of deep love. It could be a sex song where you might have to figure out, okay, maybe I got to discipline my aspects in sex. Maybe I have to, start having more sex instead of doing the porn thing, whatever, right? So you just got to be the scientist, the Sherlock Holmes in this thing. and really understand it to the core. Why is it coming up? Ain't no sunshine when we go away. You gotta look deep into that, Cash Cow, because I don't know what. Ain't no sunshine. Damn, you're gonna have to look deep into that song. I don't know what that would even mean, but you're gonna have to look deep into that for real. Melba Moore, as you stepped into my life. That's good. Teddy Pendergrass, only you. If I don't hurt you. Yeah, so even look at the artists, even look at them and see what they were about. You feel me? Because Bill Withers could have been about something that's stranger than that title and that kind of energy of the song. Yes, sir, family. I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all until tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna pull something's gonna come to me. It will come. I know what it is, family. Peace to the gods.